this month's Moss class is going to be reclined lower body class, and we're going to be using a strap. So if you have a yoga strap, that's great. But any sturdy woven strap will do. If you already have like resistance bands, that's another option you could use, but they're gonna have a little bit of a different sensation. The strap is gonna help us comfortably reach our feet while we're laying down. Adds a little bit more stability to the moves and means that we can focus on engaging and stretching our muscles and fascia and tendons and not making it all core strength. So if you don't have a yoga strap, this one is 6 feet long. You could also use like a belt from a robe, a towel, a scarf. We'll be using it in both hands. So find a strap or something similar, and we will start reclined on the floor.
All right, folks, so we're going to make our way to the back. Bring your strap with you. Get situated on the floor. Get comfortable. And let's start with some gentle windshield wipers side to side. Not moving super fast, not pushing the knees towards the floor. Just kind of taking observation of what your low back and what your hips feel like. Moving back and forth with the inhale and exhale, finding your own even rhythm. And we're going to be spending a lot of this class kind of getting deeper into the hip flexors, taking that active movement from our Virabhadrasana 1 practice and bringing it into a slower, deeper release. So let the mind focus on those sensations. Don't worry about where you're headed or how deep you can go. We'll have plenty of time in this class to explore that. Keep going with those windshield wipers a few more times on each side. And then with your next inhale, bring it back to center. We're going to grab that strap. So let's keep both knees bent, feet planted. We're going to bring our strap around the ball of the right foot, not the arch. So you can lasso that foot or you can bring it up towards the belly and get it hooked up. We want to move that strap up so it's around the ball of the foot, under the toes. We're going to straighten the leg, press into the strap, find what that sensation feels like. And we're going to lift the foot up towards the ceiling. Foot stays flexed. Hands are holding on to each end of the strap. And for my hypermobile folks, I want you to really focus not on pulling as hard as you can. You might be able to bring your thigh all the way flat against the belly, foot point over your head. Keep the leg active the whole time through these stretches and really let the arms guide you and not your open mobility in your hips. Finding a balance. We don't want to make it just like an arm workout. We want to kind of find where we are equally balanced and forced between leg and arms. You should be feeling this probably a lot in your hamstrings and probably up into your hips as well. With your next exhale, open that leg up to the side. So the inner thigh is kind of pointing up towards the sky, leg extended out as far as it can go comfortably. You might switch to one hand on the straps now. And we're just breathing here. We're just kind of doing this, opening movement, just seeing what sensations come up. Next inhale, bring it back to center. Take another hold here. Foot reaching up towards the sky. And then gently release and lower. Then we're going to switch sides. Loop it around the left foot. Right knee is bent. Foot on the floor to support you. We're going to lift that foot up towards the sky. Foot is flexing. Think about the heel reaching towards the sky. And you might notice a difference between sides. That's very normal. Remember to keep breathing. Trying to bring softness to the jaw. Next exhale, open that foot out to the side. Range of motion might be different on each side, and that is normal. Don't worry about making each side look the same or even feel the same. Take each side as its own. Remember to keep breathing as we're holding here with leg extended and out. Getting into the inner thigh, into the hip flexors. Next inhale, bring it back up to center. Left foot points up towards the sky, flexed foot. So sole points up. And then on your next exhale, lower gently. Maybe one last big stretch, extending that leg long. And then let it rest. We're going to switch back to the right side. And now you have the option here. You can keep the left knee bent, or you could lengthen the left leg. If the leg is long, the left leg is long, it's going to make it more intense. Right foot up towards the sky again. And now we're going to start to make some small circles. So using the strap, let the strap guide you, and kind of rotating that leg around. Start in one direction, as if the sole of the foot is drawing a circle on the ceiling above you. You could start small and then let it get a little bit bigger. And don't forget to reverse your circle and take it in the other direction eventually. We're kind of creating some manipulated movement here, just like if you get like a Thai massage or a sports massage, they'll move your limbs for you. Now we're going to open out to the side and do the same thing. Create some little circles here as the leg extends out to the side. Reverse your circle, don't forget. And then gently bring it back to center. So you're back to center and up, one last stretch up, and then lower back down. And then we're gonna pulse. So we're gonna lower down and lift up using the strap. So the arms and the strap are what's doing the movement. It's like your leg is a passive, a passive passenger along for the ride. Lifting up with each inhale, exhale, extending down. Nice soft movement here. And then we're gonna take it out to the side and do the same thing. Inhale, open out to the side. Exhale, sweep back to center. Inhale, turn the leg out to the side. Exhale, sweep back to center. Breath, soft and gentle. Keeping it going for a few more pulses. And then bring it back to center. We're going to switch sides. Loop that left foot around, and up to you if you want to keep the right knee bent for some extra support, or if you want to try something a little bit more intense, let the right leg be long. Next, inhale, lift the leg up towards the ceiling. We're going to make circles with the left leg now, letting the hands guide you, finding a natural rhythm with your breath. You can start with small circles, and then if it feels comfortable, opening up to bigger circles. And then don't forget to reverse. Take it in the other direction. Notice any changes. Notice what spaces might feel a little sticky or sore. Again, the leg is a passive passenger. It's along for the ride. Your arms are doing the steering. They're going to open out to the side with the next inhale and make our circles as we extend outwards. So now we're getting a rotation in the hip. We're engaging new parts of the body here. And don't forget to reverse your circle. Next inhale, bring it back to center, and let's pulse. So on your inhale, you're going to lift up, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up, exhale, lower. And it's not a yank. Make it nice and smooth. Keep the jaw soft, keep the shoulders soft. Let's do one more. Lift and lower, and then out to the side. From center, lift it out on the inhale, exhale back to center. Lift, back to center. Inhale, lift, and back to center. Keep it going. One more time. Then bring it back to center and rest. Let's bring those knees back to center, feet plant, and come back to your windshield wiper for another moment. And just notice, is there a little bit more room after doing all of these fairly intense hip flexor movements? Do you feel a little bit more space? Do things feel softened? Move back and forth with the breath. Inhales and exhales. Notice the space you have. Then take a big full body stretch and relax. With knees bent, walk the feet wide, maybe to the edges of your mat or off the edges. Let the knees and inner thighs fall in towards each other. Constructive rest. Low back release. Breathing softly. We're getting that internal rotation of the hips that we haven't done yet. Doing a lot of external rotation today. And then with your next inhale or two, start to move back towards center. Maybe take a big stretch or two. And then we're rolling on over to our bellies. Now on our bellies, we might want to have a little extra cushion under the chest while we're laying flat, depending on your body size. I like to bring a folded blanket and put it under my chest. I just feel like it gives me a little bit more breathing room for my body size. You can bring the forehead down to the floor if that feels good, or you can support yourself with your hands, or you can put a block under the forehead. We're going to let our weight start to shift downwards, and then we're going to bend one knee and open it out to the side. So in this case, my left knee is bent out to the side. My pelvis is still pressing down, just like when we practice our lunge pose. So right hip is pointing forward, leg is long, left leg has a turn to the side, but we're still reaching down with our left hip towards the floor. We're doing a modified version of Mandukasana, frog pose here. Doing one leg at a time. It's a little bit more gentle, a little more comfortable, though this isn't deep psoas stretch. So psoas muscles are small internal muscles that connect around our hip bones. They're often known as like stress, the stress muscle group, the fear muscle group, the psoas major and minor, because they can get really impacted by stress, emotional stress, not so much physical stress. Then we're going to switch sides with our next inhale. Stretch the leg long behind you. And then bend into the next knee, open it out to the sides of the inner thighs against the ground. Lengthen through the long leg. Adjust your belly or body if you need to. And then we're holding here, breathing softly, trying to bring softness to the jaw and the shoulders and the chest. This can feel really intense. So make sure that you're breathing gently and fully. Don't hold your breath here. With the next couple inhales, we're going to get ready to move to our final pose. If you don't already have one handy, pause the video and grab a blanket, and you're going to roll it up into a nice, firm little tube. And then you're going to place it under the hips, below the belly button. Depending on your belly size, it might sit on top of it, or you might want to roll it under your belly if it has a little hang. So you should be laying belly down on top of a rolled firm blanket across the pelvis. So across the crest of the hips, beneath the belly button. And this assisted posture is going to really help create kind of like an acupressure sensation on the psoas. You can bring the heart down towards the floor as close as feels comfortable. You might need some support under the forehead, or even you keep the chest lifted if it feels too intense. The more the weight shifts down against this prop, the more intense it's going to feel. But this pressure is what's going to help create a release within the psoas, which again helps us process emotional stress and fear and anxiety. We're going to stay here for a little bit longer. Focus on your breathing. And of course, if you need a break, you can reset back to child's pose or another rest pose. With your next couple of breaths, start to rise up off of your prop. You can shift back to a child's pose or roll onto your back. Any posture that you can just kind of take a moment to rest and digest in. As you're ready, we're going to meet in a seat to close class.
Let's bring the hands to heart center to close. Observe something new you feel in the body. Big inhale. Big exhale. Thanks so much for joining me. Don't forget to drink a little water, rehydrate. Lots of big openings here. So just notice how you're feeling. Take it easy. And thanks so much for joining me.